I have Josh Palmer as a receiver that I am willing to put in my flex spot this week. He looks like he might be the only option at receiver. Lad McConkey, Quentin Johnson, both questionable, leaning towards they won't be playing. So Josh Palmer will be the number one. Justin
Quit
Herbert
typing,
is an
Markus.
upper
We
tier
hear it
quarterback.
all.
Jeez, Marcus.
You heard it. It wasn't that loud, but I was loud enough where like, we should say to stop the typing.
Justin Herbert has been playing well. Josh Palmer, he's going to look his way a little more often than he normally does. I think this will be a week where he sees more targets in probably the most amount of targets he's had all year. Don't get me wrong. This is clearly a J.K. Dobbins game because the Saints are 28th against the running back position, and J.K. Dobbins will get force-fed the ball. They will pass it to him. They will run it with him. But guess what? It's a team sport. They got to give the ball to somebody else, and Josh Palmer will be that other look. If it's not Kamani Vidal, but Kamani Vidal is still young. So I get Josh Palmer in my flex spot this week.
My concern with Josh Palmer is that he just might not be good. But I do like his opportunity. I kind of wish I would have went with Trey Palmer here for a nice fluid transition because I think he could be good with the injuries that the Bucs have at wide receiver. But I didn't. I went with Javonte Williams.
So sorry.
So we're actually talking about. Okay, sorry about that.
I got you. I threw everything off. See, ever since I made that stupid joke.
It's my fault. I was after Eric on the bus, so I assumed I was after Eric on the best.
No,
anyway,
it's my fault.
Javonte Williams is my pick. If you look at the Carolina Panthers defense, they are getting just destroyed every single week. Bryant Robinson. With the Commanders last week only had 71 yards and a touchdown, but that was on 12 carries. The game was such a big blowout. They didn't need to use him more than that. Go back 2 weeks ago with the Falcons, Bijan and Tyler Algier combined for 200 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift, remember we have to grade him on a curve because he doesn't usually do anything, had 71 yards and a touchdown against the Panthers. And then Chase Brown, 80 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Panthers. So that's 7 touchdowns the last 4 weeks. So they are just getting destroyed on the ground. This Denver Broncos defense is going to shut down the Panthers. Best case scenario for the Carolina Panthers is this is a grinded out game. And the Broncos are going to go out and they're going to play ball control offense, run the ball, and play defense. Lots of opportunities for Javonte, and he's been playing pretty well the last few weeks. So I think 100 yards and a touchdown, maybe 2, is pretty reasonable for Javonte.
Yeah, and we saw a little bit of a sneak preview with mine, but it's going to be David Njoku. Like I mentioned earlier, Winston is a upgrade major for him, and the matchup's great. Ravens are one of the worst teams against the tight end, giving up at least or almost 10 fantasy points in 5 of their 7 games this year. Njoku might have been on waivers for a lot of other people. I know he was kind of a borderline pick at the start of the year, and I think now it's going to be the time for him to maybe do a little bit of what he did at the end of last year. Has tight end overall number 1 upside this week, in my opinion. We saw on Monday night, K. Otten got fed a lot by Baker because he was wide open all the time. I think the Browns are going to be losing, needing to throw, and David Njoku is going to be looked at a lot and has a lot of will have a lot of red zone end zone targets, all of that to produce a great tight end fantasy week.
Yeah, I love the pick of David Njoku. I think he's probably the number 1 option on that team, but I don't know if he's gonna get a lot of red zone looks because I don't know if they're gonna get in the red zone much because that team, I just don't think they got all the pieces.
Hey, take it easy. Winston, okay. This is Tampa Bay Winston here. This ain't your average Winston. I'm on it. Njoku. He's my big ball pick with Markus.
Love it.
Sorry, it's getting weird, but guys, what a show. We've been we've been off air for way too long. So it's good to be back. Remember, everybody, any closing words before we sign us off? Eric, you sign us off. You can sign us off. You're the TikTok star.
Oh, thanks everyone joining us on Pocket Vision. We're going to be on here every Wednesday. Join us 9 o'clock. Look for that live to drop. Follow us there. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. We're everywhere. It really means a lot if just to get one of those follows. So appreciate you guys. Thank you. Peace.